Welcome to my class of risk management. Definition of risk management. Risk management is defined as the process of understanding and managing risk that organization is inevitably subject to in attempting to achieve its corporate objectives. So when you are in process of achieving your corporate objectives, when you are running business to achieve your corporate objectives, in this situation, in with all the organization, certain risk is associated, that is inherent, that is unavoidable, and that is usual. The risk management is the process to understand those risks and managing those risks. Risk management. The traditional view of risk management has been one of protecting the organization from loss through conformance procedure and hedging techniques. So in traditional view, our main objective is to safeguard the organization from unexpected situation or from expected deviation in the profit or expected deviation in achieving the objectives. This is also called avoiding of risk. This is downside of risk. The new approach to risk management is about taking advantage. In new approach, we are trying to take advantages of opportunities to increase overall return within a business benefiting from upside risk. So in place of avoidance, we are trying to catch the opportunities. We are trying to get the advantages from opportunities. That is the upside of handling the risk. Enterprise risk management is a term given to the alignment of risk management with business strategy. So we have business strategy, we have to align our business strategy with risk management. When we are deciding business strategy, we have to consider the risk management at the same time. And embedding the risk management culture, we have to embed the risk management culture into the business operation. It may be defined as a process designed to identify operational events that may affect the entity and manage risk to be within its risk appetite. So how much you are ready to take risk, how much risk you can absorb to provide reasonable assurance regarding the achievement of entity objectives. Risk management has transformed from department focused approach to a holistic coordination and integration process which manage risk throughout the organization. The key principle of enterprise risk management is consideration of risk management in the context of business strategy. Another aspect includes another key principle includes risk management is everyone's responsibility with the tone set from the top. It should be in tradition of the organization. The creation of a risk aware culture. So culture inside the organization, we have to create the culture of awareness of risk. So everyone can take care of the risk. A comprehensive and holistic approach to risk management. We have to select the comprehensive and holistic approach of risk management. Consideration to a broad range of risk, not only a certain place, broad range of risk that includes strategic, financial, operational and compliance risk that we already studied in chapter 1. A focused risk management strategy led by the board, embedding risk within an organization culture. So this is a focused risk management strategy that led by the board. How they will embedding risk management within an organization culture. Discuss on the COSO Enterprise Risk Management Framework. COSO is a abbreviation of Committee of Sponsoring Organization of Tradeway Commission. So that is a organization. As per the COSO ERM framework, is represented as a three-dimensional matrix in form of cube, which reflect the relationship between objectives, components and different organizational level. Four objectives are strategic. Our four objectives: strategic, operation, reporting and compliance. So we can divide the four objectives in these strategically, in these as per the organization level: strategic level objective, operational level objective, reporting level objective and compliance level objective. Reflect the responsibility of different executives across the entity and address different needs. The four organizational level. Now this is organizational level. What are the levels? Subsidiary, business unit, divisions and entity. These are the four organizational level. Emphasize the importance of managing risks across the enterprise as a whole. The 8 component must function effectively. The third dimension is 8 component must, these 8 component must function effectively for risk management to be a successful. What are the 8 component? These are the 8 component: internal environment, objective setting, event identification, risk assessment, risk response, control activities, information and communication monitoring. And here is the objective, and here is the different type of organization level. The 8 components are closely aligned to the risk management process addressed previously and also reflect element from the COSO view of effective internal control system. What is internal environment? This is the attitude in internal environment. This is the attitude of organizations, including risk management policy and risk appetite. So internal environment shows the attitude of organization. What attitude? Attitude of risk management within risk appetite. Sometimes organizations culture is to take higher risk. So how much risk you want to take is called risk appetite. And based on your risk appetite, you have to manage the risk. You have to create the culture to manage the risk within your risk taking capacity or risk taking intention. Objective settings should be aligned. When you are setting the objective, align with the organization mission and need to be consistent with the organization's defined risk appetite. When you are defining objective, your objective must be consistent with defined risk appetite. So if you are interested in taking higher risk, you may invest in uh, Bitcoin. If you are not interested to take high risk, you may invest in share capital. If you totally don't want to take risk, you may invest in government's bond. So your objective must be aligned with your risk appetite. Event identification. These are the internal and external events, both positive and negative, that you have to identify, which can affect the achievement of your objectives. Because based on these events, you can recognize the risk and effect of that event on your organization. Based on that, you can manage the risk. Risk assessment. Risks are analyzed to consider their likelihood. Risks are analyzed to consider their likelihood and impact as a basis of determining how they should be managed. That I told, if you are able to recognize the event, next is what? Assessment of risk based on those events and how you can manage. Risk response. Once you have recognized the risk, how you will respond? Management select risk response to avoid. You have to now select the response how you will avoid the risk by prevention, by the second method, achieving higher rate of profit. Accept, reduce or share risk. Accept the risk, reduce or share risk. The intention is to develop a set of action to align risk to what? To align risk within the entity's risk tolerance and risk appetite. How much risk you can tolerate? The entity is able to tolerate risk that may cause 1 lakh rupees. You want to tolerate risk up to 60% of the total tolerance. So this is the risk appetite. You want to tolerate risk up to 10% of total capacity. This is the risk appetite, how much you can tolerate. Control activities, policies and procedure help ensure the risk response are effectively carried out. So when you are deciding the policies, procedure, it must help the risk response. You have to ensure how you will respond the risk and how you will control the risk. Information and communication. The relevant information regarding the risk, events, assessment, avoidance or management of risk is identified, captured and communicated. So once you have identified the risk, captured the risk, communicate it in a form and time frame that enable people to carry out their responsibilities, so that everyone can understand their responsibility. They should know that what they have to do when the particular situation will come, how they will handle the risk, what will be the strategy. So everyone has to work as per the objective or strategy set by the organization top authority. Monitoring. The entire enterprise risk management process is monitored and modifications made are as necessary. You have to monitor, you have to make modification as it is necessary and required. Risk management and shareholders value. How risk management is related to the value of shareholder. There is a company called Ernst and Young. In 2001, he developed a model of shareholder value in which he told shareholder value is equal to static net present value of existing business model. So we are generally calculating this net present value, but now he is added value of the future growth option. How the company will grow in future, what is the chances of growth if your net present value is 50,000 but your growth rate is 8%. So this is the total value of shareholder. Suppose in another company the net present value is 50,000, their growth rate is 9%. So you have now, you can check, we have to check this growth rate. It may be possible this company is only having 45, total value 45,000, but growth rate is 9%. So people may select this company because this is more valuable. Good risk management allows business to exploit opportunities for future growth while protecting the value already created. So this is risk management, who ensure the net present value, it should be unaffected, and increase your growth rate. By aligning risk management activities to what the shareholder consider vital to success of the business, the shareholders are assured that what they value is protected. So in this process, shareholder will be assured that okay, his value is protected, this net present value is protected. Now management is working for the growth rate. Ernst and Young identified 4 stages. The first stage of his formula: establish what shareholder value about the company. So first is establish what shareholders value about the company. Though talking with the investment community and linking value creation process to key performance indicator. This is possible by talking with investment community. What is the value of the company and process to key performance indicator creation. So we linking value creation process to key performance indicator. There are some key performance indicator that you, for example, return on asset implied. So this way we have to link the value creation process to key performance indicator and also investment community. Why we are doing all these things? To what value about that we want to assess the value of uh, value of the company among the shareholders. Identify the risk around the key shareholders value drives. Investment community can identify those factors. Who can identify? Investment community, those factors that will influence their valuation of company. So investment company will community will define, I need this one, this is the risk I have. All other risks will also be considered, including those not identified by the investor. If investors are not able to identify any risk, we have to consider those risks. That is important. Determine the preferred treatment for the risk. If risk we have identified, we have to define the preferred treatment, how we will treat the risk. The investment community can give their views on what action they would like to manage or to take in relation to the risk. The risk reward trade-off can be quantified by establishing the change in company's market valuation if a particular risk treatment is implemented. So risk and reward. We have to quantify. Suppose we are taking risk of buying Bitcoin as an investment. Then you have to identify your expectation is the 100% growth, but there is a chance of 50% downside also. So you have to quantify the risk reward component. If you will invest in Bitcoin, the risk is 1 lakh. If the investment is 1 lakh, the risk is that you will lose 50,000 rupees, and the reward is that your investment will become 2 lakh rupees. So there is a chance of gaining 1 lakh rupees extra. In place of Bitcoin, if you will invest in share capital, share market, what will be the difference? So you have to quantify. Just don't take this, say that this is higher risk, this is lower risk. Quantify what will be the effect in term of numbers. You have to discuss. Communicate risk treatment to the shareholders. Shareholder need to be well informed as they shared vision as a shared vision is important in relation to the interrelated concept of risk management and shareholder. They should be aware of. And this is the first class of risk management. I will continue the risk management class with in live section. If a student will not come, I will again capture the video and share the video with you. You also I'm also expecting that you read the material that I already shared with you. Thank you very much.